Lil Durk is completely done after this. It is getting crazy. You can't come back from this. Lil Durk knows he can't come back from this. I don't know why his lawyers are still trying. They might as well give up. But this news is crazy, y'all.
Oh, y'all thought things couldn't get any worse? Prosecutors claim OTF Jam will testify that Lil Durk took him to the bathroom and told him to stop committing so many murders.
What kind of gang? Why do you call your homie? Why do you call? Why do you call your homie? Why do you call? Can't trust nobody, man, for real. Like, why would you even go up there and say that? Why?
OTF Jam is confirmed as prosecution witness number 1. Today at the federal courthouse following Lil Durk's hearing, it was revealed that prosecution witness number 1 is OTF Jam, who is one of the most talked about alleged cooperators connected to the case. And not just because he's snitching on Lil Durk, but because he is allegedly, and it's about to be confirmed, a whole hitman in these Chicago streets.
So Jam out here running on, doing hits, running down families, hiding in strollers. But when that pressure come in that courtroom, he turn on everybody. Bro, you weird.
It'll take you over to Smarter Auto. You're just gonna answer a few basic questions and they are literally gonna show you cheaper options for auto insurance. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of minutes and you will be able to pick the best plan for you.
So I'm here at the federal courthouse after the Lil Durk hearing, and we just had some very, very interesting information about, possibly the most well-known alleged cooperator in this case, OTF Jam. Now, there was a crazy back and forth where they brought up a bunch of things about Jam. They said that the song Back Again was going to be used, and I'm not gonna lie, I was happy to hear that because that's like one of my favorite songs.
Facts. Before I let him finish, let's see why Back Again would be used. Blast his ass. I don't even ask when it comes to cash, they catch him, blast his ass. Jam, get out that jam, I gave him 50 and gotta ask again. He was catching murders way back then, that's when the max was in. Let's break this down, right? Now, allegedly, blast his ass. I don't even ask when it comes to cash, they catch him, blast his ass. This is supposed to be in reference to none other than FBG Cash, who is very close with FBG Duck and all of the guys associated with that side. Cash was one of the last to die. One of the last things he did was take a picture at King Von's mural right outside of O Block, putting on Instagram, "Whole world witness your main sniper get his shit splack." And I mean, not long after this, Cash got killed and
got his stuff black. That's why when it comes to this dissing, look, let me put y'all on there. When it comes to this dissing and beefing, bro, all rules that y'all think are rules are off the table. If I see you with your baby gang, why would I give you sympathy and you doing all that dissing? So that should make you think, just say you in that scenario, right? That should make you think, why would I want to put myself in these beefs and these disses and this war just for me to either go to jail or die? Make it make sense. Like, I'm cooking.
Came out of him laying there stiff as shit. It's just a recurring event. Someone mocks the dead and then joins them. So allegedly, this was about Cash. I don't even ask when it come to Cash, they catch him, blast his ass. And how I would break that down is, it's not even a question. If you see him, kill him. Jam, get out that jam, I gave him 50, ain't gotta ask again. He was catching murders way back then, that's when the max was in. Now this is a throwback story post of Lil Durk saying, "Jam, where you at, bitch?" And apparently Durk gave OTF Jam 50,000 in.
Oh my God, let's pocket watch real quick. Oh my God. How much y'all think this is? Ain't these purple strips like 10? This probably either a quarter, half a mil, or close to a mil. Y'all let me know down in the comment section.
He came home.
The streets. I'm talking about blood, like that shit gonna shake. Real family though.
You got that?
Real members only.
Get out that jam and give him 50, he ain't gotta ask again, bro. Fact.
I love bro for that. Can't. This shit forever.
And then obviously saying that Jam was catching murders way back when the Max was in. I mean, this is like back in the day. So he's basically alleging that OTF Jam is an old hitter, been a hitter.
Oh.
Jam said he loved Durk for giving him 50K when he got out. Well, we're gonna see how much he loves Durk inside of this federal courtroom, because now apparently he's gonna testify and say it all.
Nah, that is
Obviously-
crazy. Like just like I said before, just imagine doing all that stuff, being the biggest hitter, trying to be this, trying to be that, and then when it comes to that courtroom, you squeal and rat. Like that's how y'all don't have to believe me, but that's how a lot of people go down. Y'all know that, right? That same person you saying your shooter, your hitter, he doing this, is the same person that will get locked up and hear that football number and be like, oh nah, I got info for y'all. And then
You know, in that song, he talks about, you know, Jam got out that jam, I gave him 50,000, he ain't got to ask again. Well, they're basically saying that Jam is going to testify and cooperate and say that that 50,000 that Durk gave him, that he rapped about him back again, which, bear in mind, was made before King Von even died. But Jam is going to testify and say that he believes that he was given that money basically as like, you know, as a show of loyalty to basically kind of get, you know, some kind of like future, as basically not like a prepayment, but basically like on the hopes that in future he might be able to do things for him, he might be able to slide for him. Now what's crazy is that he's allegedly gonna testify that actually when they were filming a music video, at some point, okay, this is absolutely crazy, at some point, all right, Durk and a bunch of the other members apparently confronted Jam in a bathroom. They took him into the bathroom, which is super weird, and they apparently confronted him, and they basically said, you moving too hot, you're gonna get us jammed up, you got to be more careful about committing murders, and you're going to get the feds on us. Now, apparently that wasn't talking about the Pab murder. Apparently there's other murders, and it sounds like he's actually going to admit to the feds that he was doing all kinds of murders that haven't even been prosecuted by the sounds of it, not even related to this murder, and that he was basically a top hitter in OTF and for the Black Disciples, and that it was really that serious, and Jam was doing all that. So Jam's name came up a couple times.
Now, Trench's news, love him or hate him, from what I remember, it came out that he was like a paid informant from Chicago, and he was really around a lot of people, you know, famous people in the drill music scene. But he's saying FBG Cash was shot and killed for Lil Durk by OTF Jam, which is
Trench's
crazy.
news a snitch though. Trench's news is the reason a lot of people got jammed up anyway. It's like, didn't Trench's news get exposed? So what does his saying have to do anything, to be honest?
Because that means the same person testifying against Durk was literally the same one that took out Cash, and then Durk literally put it in a song.
His song, yeah.
And this is the thing about these killer snitches, right? Is just because they're snitching, it doesn't mean they're not a killer. OTF Jam, the alleged informant in Chicago rapper Lil Durk's murder for hire case, is out of jail on house arrest and daring anyone to come try him.
That's one thing, y'all. That's one thing. How you supposed to be top hitter OTF, big BD shooter, and you out here free? How are you free? There's only a couple ways a person can get free, y'all. Y'all know that. Y'all know that.
Now, this is a story post that he put to his own Instagram, dropping an address. And he would say 30 this for, and anybody else that feel like they like that, I'm doing something Sammy the Bull didn't do. I'm dropping my own location, fresh out on house arrest. I'm trying to see who trying to get it in blood. It was a whole lot of woofing when I was in jail. Now it's time to show and prove. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, Sammy the Bull was basically John Gotti's hitman. He caught like 17 and 19 murders, snitched on John Gotti, and then barely did any time for any of the murders, right? So Jam is comparing himself to Sammy the Bull. It's crazy because we got some people from Chicago speaking out. 600 Breezy, I know Jam. If he was going to snitch, he would have snitched a long time ago.
At first there was like OTF Jam, and then you stopped hearing his name.
I know Jam personally.
Oh, really?
Like,
okay.
Personally. So my mom's side, that Saint Life Evans, St. Lawrence, all that shit, Evans Mob, Hit Squad, all that shit like that. Where Jam is from, he would be considered my op, but he not because of my other people type shit, because he's from 79th and Vernon. Jam, I don't think Jam. If Jam was gonna snitch, he'd have been snitched on a lot of shit a long time ago. Jam's done a lot of time in jail. Like Jam, real nigga. Like I tip my hat to him. I ain't never seen Jam do no bitch ass shit. So when they started saying his name, I was the first nigga probably like, I don't believe that. I got to see proof.
Another one. This is how I know Jam didn't snitch on Lil Durk. I don't believe it 100%.
Mention to him, Jam ain't had enough time out here for them to get that type of bond with Jam. So put it on Jam. Or Jam a snitch. Have that shit been put out yet? That it was a wire warrant in the case? Have the documents, the black and white, say that someone with a wire?
No, we have to check Pacer.com.
No, wait, hold on. They say they got audio recordings, video recordings.
But how you know that they will say 100%. They will tell you wiretap.
Let me finish. I don't think they're being actually specific of who and what, but they are saying that they got audio.
But they will tell you 100% that is wiretap.
Now here's the thing, right? Regardless of anyone's personal opinion, Jam might have been a stone cold killer and no one thought he was gonna snitch, whatever. They're saying in court
that was a year ago. Them interviews was a year ago, gang. Things changed. Like that nigga could snitch tomorrow.
Identified him as the prosecutor's witness number 1, and he's gonna testify. And the thing is this.
Or he could go up there and pull Lil Woody. If y'all know about Lil Woody ran the YSL trial all up and through there. They ask him a question, he be like, I don't recall. They ask him another question about something he said, he'd be like, I guess, if that's what I said. Like, I feel like Jam might run him in circles. I don't know. Who knows what, because if he's saying Jam been in jail before multiple times, why would Jam now snitch? Like, nigga, you been to jail already multiple times. Like,
Jam sat down with the feds, right?
Why snitch now, though?
And he's talking to the feds, and he's gonna give them information. He's gonna be talking about all of these things. I've never been in any federal situation, knock on wood, I don't ever want to. But from what I understand, he can't just tell about this. He has to tell about everything. Now, this is Gene Borello. He was an associate of, I believe, the Bonanno crime family, the
I ain't
mafia.
gonna lie. Shout out that boy Jake. He low key going poetic style type of, you feel me, videos. I like the little, you feel me. I do the same thing. You feel me. I pick up on stuff like that. You feel me.
And he cooperated, went against them. But he's gonna break down how when you snitch, when you cooperate with the federal fucking government, you can't just tell on one thing, because they're talking about a different mob guy in this video.
You can't. They gonna want everything. They gonna want something. I bet you they ask about the 2021 with Durk and Vaughn. I bet you they ask about that. I bet you he tell them something about that. I bet you he tell them something about the King Vaughn situation. I bet you he tell them something about the, who is it, Mac or Max something, all that, bro. Right.
And he's saying you can't just snitch on that. You have to tell them every single fucking crime you've ever committed. So when they give you a pass, the pass is for every single crime you've ever committed. But if you didn't tell them something and it isn't documented, that's gonna fuck you.
Yo.
No, but the thing
just like with Pooh Shiesty Daddy. Just like with Pooh Shiesty Daddy. When we seen the paperwork on Pooh Shiesty Daddy, what did it say? In order for him to get out and be free and be released on supervised, he had to make sure he told on every event that happened, whether it had something to do with him or not. Facts.
You know, like I said,
that's why I was like, yeah, he finna snitch on his own son, just like in the Queso situation.
I'm fair. I just keep it real. You can't sit with the government and just cooperate on that, especially when he has all that stuff in his past. So like when you sit down with them, they're not worried about you cooperating against those guys. They're gonna want also mafia stuff. So if he did sit with the government, with the agents, he's gonna have to tell them everything he's done in his life. That's just part of the deal. So he has to admit to everything he's done. They're not gonna just let you sit there and talk about whatever he's saying. They're gonna ask for everything you've done since you're 5 years old. That's the way it works. So when you do agree to a proffer, you have to admit to everything you've ever done in your life. That's the only thing where that's getting mixed up, you know?
So from my understanding, Jam is gonna have to sit down, or probably already has sat down with the feds and explain to them every single murder he's committed. And so he can't just be like, oh, Durk this, Durk that. No, he has to explain everything he's done, which is gonna...
I just had a thought go through my head, y'all. Do y'all think it's crazy how I could probably, hypothetically, y'all, hypothetically, this is not true. Everything we talk about is for research purposes only and commentary and whatever education, whatever YouTube guidelines is. But don't y'all think it's crazy that, say if I go kill 10 people, right? I go kill 10 people and say I'm part of a gang. Like, say if I'm part of OTF. Say if I'm OTF Jam. Oh, good example. Say if I'm OTF Jam, I go kill 10 people, right? I go to jail based on this one situation with Durk and them or whatever. And then I go in there and I tell them that I will give them everything that I know. Be able to tell them everything I know and be able to get out and walk free as a known basically as a known killer. Do y'all think that, like, that is crazy? Like, actually think about that. You could basically, if you're part of a gang, a big organizing gang, you could basically go kill whoever, kill whatever. If you go to jail, all you got to do is snitch on the whole gang and be free. That is crazy to me, y'all. Like, the fact that they even letting them out for snitching is like crazy. So that means I can keep killing people as long as I keep snitching.
Also prove how dangerous he is. And then he's gonna drop, yeah, this is why Durk was shouting me out. This is why Durk gave me money. This is what Durk sent me to go do. This is dangerous. Now, it also came up in court. The feds revealed Lil Durk was mad at 6ix9ine and Wack 100 for trolling him about not sliding for Vaughn. And the interview was a major motivation for him to really slide. Federal prosecutors brought up the 6ix9ine and Wack 100 interview during Lil Durk's court hearing, arguing that their viral slide for Vaughn trolling
Man, the whole internet was trolling, bro. This ain't gonna do much. It might do, like, if we in a fight and you hit me a little good one time, it's not gonna do much, but it's gonna piss me off type. You feel what I'm saying? This not really gonna do much, and I only say that just because these people are even cool with Durk. You feel me? They don't even talk to Durk. They don't associate, especially 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine been anti-Durk for the longest, so if they even try to say, "Oh, this is the reason he slid," bro, they just trying to throw another black man under the bus. I'm just being honest.
He affected Durk's mindset and contributed to his alleged motivation to slide for Vaughn.
Nigga that put fucking 10 bullets in King Vaughn and he died there by himself. Why nobody slid for that? Yo, y'all want this?
No, I'm gonna be real with you.
No,
hold on. I discovered.
Say, yo, Durk,
listen,
slap for me.
I discovered King Vaughn.
No,
when
I don't want
King
to talk about King Vaughn.
So I don't know.
Now, I feel like, of course, they're gonna throw that in there, right? 6ix9ine is the king of trolls, so it's like, of course, the feds are gonna be like, "Oh, you know, this pushed him even further in that direction because he didn't like the internet saying this and that." Da, da, da. I mean, yeah, people were trolling. It was happening, and maybe it did have an effect on his mentality. You know?
I definitely would say it did, for sure. I would have, bro. The whole world is literally slaying slide for Vaughn, gang. The whole world. You think a normal person is finna sit there and not do nothing, especially a person from the streets? You crazy
just
as hell.
Like we saw with the DJ Academics interview with Durk, he was like, "Yeah, I don't see people saying that shit anymore. Do you see that?" And Ack was like,
"It seemed like them comments disappeared. I don't see it no more. It must be something in the water." That's literally what he said.
Nah, it slowed down. So it's like, Now, not only do we have OTF Jam being a snitch, we have new documents showing that OTF Vonnie allegedly identified as protective witness number 2 in Lil Durk's case. And I mean, this came out that these two guys were the alleged snitches, and it wasn't necessarily confirmed, but these were the big rumors, and now it's 100% confirmed. And I mean, this is the proof here. Video depicting Banks, Vaughn, and PW2 purchasing jewelry. This was Vaughn, Durk, and Vonnie inside.
So these niggas in protective custody or whatever jail they are. I thought if you went to PC as a member, you got touched up or something. I don't know.
At an icebox. So we got Durk shopping. We got Vonnie ass right here. We got Vaughn to the left. And what's crazy is if Vaughn knew he was a rat, Vaughn probably would have killed him himself. I don't even think Vaughn would have sent anybody. I think Vaughn would have did it himself, to be honest. But this video's got 6.7 million views. from 7 years ago, and nobody would have known that years later, Von would be dead and Durk would be standing next to the man that's going to testify against him. This is the cold reality of, you know, really crime. Vonnie could have told in anything. It could have been a robbery. It could have been anything. And Vonnie had a lot of participation in this case. You know, allegedly, according to the paperwork, Vonnie was the main one setting everything up. He was acting like the face for Durk. So, of course, he's going to be like, nah, Durk did all this. Durk was behind this. He ain't trying to spend forever in federal prison. And for him to even have a chance at coming home, he has to make sure that Durk spends forever in federal prison. But that is the update. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. Do y'all think Durk is cooked? Do you think he has a fighting chance? We'll just have to wait and see. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
Till next time, squad. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. This Lil Durk case is actually getting fired up. It's actually interesting. Y'all ever watch a movie and like you watch the intro and it's not really all that, but as you feel me, more of the movie gets played, you're kind of like, oh, it was actually like, this is actually fire. Like the intro might have been like, but it was actually fire. Like this case is like that now. When it first got introduced, everyone was like, what? Like, nah. Like no one really believed it. But now, we got us a movie on God. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. If you rocking with the video, hit that like, sub if you're new, and I'll catch y'all at the next one.